What's up, superheroes? Welcome back to my channel, the place where we make the impossible possible. I'm Scarlet Grace from UnseenSeraph.com. I'm a manifestation coach, and I'm back with another video to help you manifest your desires faster. If you're new here and you want to learn how to manifest any desire fast with the law of attraction and Neville Goddard's teachings, then start now by hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you won't miss any video that could change your life. And if you need some extra help with my personal advice for your situation, you can sign up for coaching. I also have a 21-day course on how to manifest your specific person, a scripting course, and other courses and products to help you manifest amazing things in your life. So check all those out using the links in the description below. So let's talk about manifestation techniques. One of the most burning questions that most people ask me at some point is, what is the absolute best manifestation technique, the ultimately powerful one that will allow me to manifest all my desires super fast? So I wanted to make a video to talk about this and hopefully give you some clarity so that you can choose the best method for you. So here's the thing. One of the most common methods to manifest something is visualization or using an imaginal scene. So basically, you construct a very vivid visual from a first-person point of view of a scene that would happen if and only if your desire had already manifested, and you imagine this again and again, and eventually it manifests in your physical reality. The issue is that just as many people find this method super easy to use, there is an equal number of people that find it extremely hard or impossible to use this method. So I get asked a lot by people who have trouble having clear visuals when they imagine something, or people who have aphantasia, so they cannot imagine anything at all. They cannot conjure up visuals in their mind. How to change that, how to improve their imaginal skills, or how to start being able to imagine things when they have never been able to before. If you're having trouble imagining clearly, but you can otherwise imagine things, this is a skill that can be improved. I actually already have a video with exercises you can use in order to start imagining things more vividly, to practice so that you can start constructing more vivid scenes that will work better for you. I'm going to link it for you up to the right and also in the description below, but this is not what I wanted to talk about in this video. What I want to talk about in this video is which one is the most powerful and most effective manifestation method for you. The one that is going to bring you results. The one that is going to work the fastest for you. And this is not the same method that is necessarily the best method for everybody else. So we're all different people. And all of those manifestation methods, no matter how different from each other they may look, they all have one common goal. And the goal is to put you in the state of the wish fulfilled. Whether you're using affirmations or scripting or imaginal scenes, the goal is for you to get a feel of how it would be if you already had your desire. Whether your desire is a car, a job, money, a relationship, a different body, to lose weight, whatever it is, when you're using those methods, they automatically put you in the state of the wish fulfilled. Allow you to feel how you would feel if you already had that thing, or see life from the perspective of I already have that thing. And this is how all of them work. And among all those methods, and there are tons of them, there isn't one that is the absolute best. There may be tips about how to make them work the best, but there isn't one single method that will be the best and most powerful for every single person on the planet. But there is this notion going around that there are specific methods that are the ultimate methods of manifesting, and unless you can use those, unless you can get those to work, then you won't be able to manifest your desires. And I think the confusion happens because most people and most coaches have specific methods that have worked the best for them, and that's why they spend most of their time talking about those specific methods, because it's what they have found the most effective for themselves. And this is natural. So if, for example, I am really good at visualizing things, and this is the fastest way for me and the most powerful to manifest things in my physical reality, it stands to reason that I'm going to talk the most about imagining things to manifest. If I'm the kind of person who gets the best results from affirmations, it stands to reason that I will talk a lot about affirmations and how to use affirmations to manifest a ton of different things. So people naturally focus on the methods that have worked the best for them, that have brought them the best results. But what I've noticed is that many of you notice this and think that just because this person or that person focuses so much on this specific method, this must be the most powerful method, so even though I cannot use it, I have to find a way to make it work, or I cannot manifest my desires. And this is completely wrong and completely backwards. If there was one ultimate method that worked way better than everything else and for all people, then we wouldn't have other methods. We would only need one. We wouldn't be talking about different methods. We would just be talking about one single method to manifest. But we don't. And there are tons of manifestation methods out there. Why? Because different methods will work for different people. There is no ultimate method that if you get it right, this is the holy grail and everything will manifest. And until then, you will not be able to manifest as fast or as efficiently. So the question is not what is the most powerful manifestation method in existence. The question is, what is the most powerful manifestation method for me? For me specifically. Not for my neighbor, not for 5 different YouTube coaches, not for this person, not for my ex, for me. What is the method that works best for me? What is the method that gets me the fastest results? What is the method that is the easiest for me to use? What is the method that is the most enjoyable for me to use? And for each person, the answer may be something different. Again, that's why we have so many different manifestation methods. So if you want to find the method that is ultimately powerful for you, your holy grail of manifestation, the one that manifests for you the easiest, the first piece of advice that I have for you is forget what works best for everybody else, especially if it's something that doesn't come naturally to you at all. So one question that I get asked a lot by people is, I have aphantasia. How do I manifest fixing this so that I can use imaginal scenes to manifest? Well, guess what? If you have aphantasia, you know for sure that imaginal scenes is not the method for you. It is never going to work because you cannot use it. And you know what? This is actually a good thing. Because if you have 30 different methods, for example, and you need to figure out which one of the 30 is the one that works the most effective for you, the one that is the most powerful for you, that means that you have to try all 30 methods repeatedly so that you can compare results. Well, if you have one method that you can rule out from the start because you cannot even use it, that's one less method to try. But I've noticed that the issue with many people, especially when it comes to visualization, is instead of going like, okay, this is not a method I can use because I cannot visualize, let's move on and try the rest of them, you go into the wrongness of you. So you start thinking that you're somehow faulty or wrong because you cannot use this specific method, and you are doomed to never have good results unless you find a way to fix yourself so that you can use that method. And this is a self-concept problem. This is a feeling not worthy or not good enough problem. It doesn't have to do with a method. No method is perfect. That's why there's so many of them. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because if for some reason you cannot use a manifestation technique and other people say this is a great and very effective technique, that doesn't in any way mean that there's something wrong with you. That doesn't in any way mean that you need fixing. That doesn't in any way mean that you cannot have the same wonderful results with manifesting that those other people have, just because you cannot use the same technique they are using. Every person is different, and every person has different talents. There are things that come easy to you that do not come easy to me. There are things that come easy to me that will not come easy to you. This means that you are unique. It doesn't mean that you're faulty just because you cannot use the same method as your friend, for example. So if you have aphantasia, you cannot use imaginal scenes to manifest. So what? Use affirmations, use scripting, use whatever else you want. There are tons of methods to choose from, and one of them, I guarantee you, one of them is going to be just as effective for you as visualization is to the people who swear by visualization as the best way to manifest. So other people write their affirmations down and they swear that by writing them down, this is the fastest way for them to manifest. Well, what if you have no hands? If you have no hands, for whatever reason, you were born without hands, or you lost your hands in an accident, does that mean that you will never manifest anything because you have no hands and therefore cannot write down your affirmations? No. We manifest 24/7. All of us. There is no way that you are unable to manifest, because manifesting is not what happens when you're using a technique. Manifesting is something that you do 24/7 your whole life, whether you know about manifesting or not. When you're using a technique, you're just taking conscious control of the manifestation. But manifesting, you have been doing it from the moment you were born. You would be doing it even if you had never heard about manifesting. So there's no way that you're not awesome at manifesting. Even if you cannot use one technique, even if you never use a technique, you're always manifesting. If you have this voice in your mind that says, I will never be good at manifesting because I cannot see visuals in my mind, I cannot see pictures in my mind, ditch that voice. It's lying to you. If you're thinking like that, your problem is not that you cannot, for example, see visuals in your mind. The problem is that you don't believe in your own power. You do not trust yourself to be able to manifest. You do not think you're good enough, basically. You think that there's something missing from you, that if you had it, you would have the success other people have, or the love other people have, or the money other people have. What you need isn't to change your complete physiology so that it is possible for you to work with a method that right now is impossible for you to use. What you need is to realize that you have a self-esteem issue going on. You're belittling yourself, basically. You have decided that you're not as good as other people and that this is a problem for you. So why don't you use one of the methods that you can use in order to change that? Revision, scripting, affirmations, whatever works for you, use it to tell yourself how awesome you are, that you're unique and that's a good thing. And some things you will not be able to do, but you don't need them necessarily. And some things you will be able to do that other people cannot do. That doesn't mean that one of you is faulty. That just means that each person has their own gifts. Stop trying to go against what is given to you by nature, because this means that you're ignoring the gifts that you already have. If you're doing that, I can guarantee you that you've been ignoring the one method that actually comes naturally to you and works the fastest for you and is the ultimate method for you. And if you had been focusing on finding what that method is, instead of trying to make the method that you can't make work, trying to force it to work, if you had spent all this time trying the rest of the methods to find which one works for you easily and naturally, you would have already gotten your desires. There is no ultimate manifestation method that works for every single person on the planet equally well. If you look on YouTube, you will find coaches that focus almost exclusively on affirmations. You will also find coaches that focus almost exclusively on visualization. And they're all successful, and they all have clients that are successful using the methods that they recommend. So the coaches that focus on affirmations have clients that have huge success using affirmations to manifest their desires. The coaches that focus on visualization are successful, and they have clients that are successful using visualization to manifest their desires. So what does that tell you? It tells you that there is no ultimate method, and those people just focus on the method that works best for them. And that's what you need to do. Focus on the things that you can do so that you can figure out which of those works best for you, instead of wasting your time thinking that there's something wrong with you because you can't use a technique, or trying to force something to work for you when it's not a good match in the first place. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, then subscribe and hit the bell icon, because I put out new videos every Sunday to help you manifest an amazing life.